I'm Angela Arnold from College Admissions 411. More and more students are taking a gap year after they graduate from high school. And when I mean a gap year, that means that they take a year off between high school and college to do many various things. Some colleges are in fact recommending that students do a year of service or internship to recharge their batteries after a grueling college application process. For many students, this may be their last chance to travel abroad because after college they may have to go directly to work to start paying off their student loans and to offset the cost of getting their college degree. Some students are so burned out by the rigors of 13 years of formal education that they just have to take a break before going to college. So a gap year is a welcome respite for them. Some students need an additional year to mature before matriculating in college, and they may want to study abroad or travel to see the world, work to save money for college, or take time to find themselves, volunteer, or do community service projects and for issues that they care deeply about. They may take time off to help their families out or maybe care for a sick parent or all of the above. So there are a lot of good reasons why students might want to take a gap year. Now, most of the students that I know who have taken a gap year are very glad that they did. They returned from their time off from school with a renewed zest for life and for learning and an increased motivation to do well in their university studies. My advice to students who want to take time out to make sure that they want to go to college and to make sure that they do something they love, I would advise them to not to do a study abroad program if what they want is a break from schoolwork. That sort of defeats the purpose. So I would suggest that they would do something special, something life-changing. They might work or volunteer abroad. They may help teach English in an Asian country. I would say do something that you could never do in college. Work an unusual job, visit some improbable places. Lots of organizations specialize in gap year programs. So just do a web search, look for some of the organizations that pop up, and see what they have available. They may help to crystallize your plans. Now, gap years are an ordinary course of event for students who graduate from high school in Europe or the UK and Australia, and it's a trend that's catching on in the United States. Gap year students return to their studies highly focused. They generally have high completion rates, and we always focus so much about getting accepted into college, but we don't focus as much on retention and what do you need to do to graduate from college. Few things are worse for students and their families than when a student starts college, gets a bunch of student loans, and then drops out. Well, if that's the case, they end up owing more money than they would have owed before. Their college loans start kicking in, and they don't have a job that can really pay those loans. So it's a really bad situation for everyone. So if you need a gap year, you need some time to think about what you want to do with your life, take it, because that's the best time to do it is right after high school. Now, in terms of retention in college, 60% of the students who start at a four-year state university or college don't graduate within 5 years. And 30% of the students who enter in college don't come back for their sophomore years. So you really don't want to go to college unless you're truly ready. You're better off not even starting. Saves everyone's time and money. So a gap year might be just what you need to decide if you really want to go to college. There are many alternatives to a four-year college. We have trade and vocational schools. We have community colleges. And by the way, if you're interested, I have an entire section on alternatives to the four-year college in my book, my ebook, The College Admissions 411. So you can find out more about that on my website. Now, I'm going to mention a couple of websites that will help you to decide different activities for gap year, and you can check them out and see what they have available. One website that I think is excellent is gapyear.com. And another one which is great is takingoff.net. You might check those out if you want to plan a gap year for yourself and see what you want to do. It's time well spent.